What's up guys, I'm C5 from the Beefy Smash Dudes and welcome to our character spotlight of Eliana, the aerial arsenal. If you saw her backstory in the reveal trailer, you know this ravenous snake is out for revenge. Packed with loads of weapons inside a very heavy mech, Eliana makes it rain from above, or from anywhere actually. Eliana's mech is not perfect. You cannot double jump with it. Instead, if you press and hold the jump button again, you will fly for a bit, but not forever. Flying around and specific moves generate heat and will eventually overheat her mech. This is her passive and we'll talk about it more later. Her jab is a quick one-hit snap with her head that knocks foes away. Down tilt is a close-range kick that you can activate a second time for another kick. Forward tilt is a long-lasting drill in front of her. You can also hold the attack button, which generates heat, to get more damage in, to cover a spot with a lasting hitbox, or even to overheat on purpose. Her last tilt has a lot of vertical range and can almost be seen as a projectile. This up tilt snags her opponents and drags them inside her mech just to throw them out again. You can decide the direction you want to throw them by holding either left or right. Dash attack is similar to her forward tilt. You can hold the attack button down to spin forward until you overheat. Her neutral air hits on both sides and sweet spots on the very tip of the fists. Forward air and down air are pretty similar. They are multi-hit moves that can catch your opponents fairly well. Be careful how you space them though, because only the last hit knocks them away, and if they evade it, they might be able to punish you. Her up air is a quick one-hit swing upwards and an incredible juggling tool. Combined with Eliana's ability to fly, you can easily carry your opponent to the skies. The aerial you mostly want to take stocks with is back air. This move has a bit of startup, but therefore also more knockback if you hit with the sweet spot. Because Eliana doesn't really have a double jump, spacing her aerials can be quite tricky. That's why you can either tap your aerials to perform them regularly or hold the attack button to hover a bit during the move. This will generate a bit of heat, but is a very handy technique to optimize your spacing. Before we discuss Eliana's specials, we have to talk about her passive. Most specials, some other moves, and flying generate heat. Over time, the mech continually cools down a bit. Once your heat bar is completely filled up, Eliana's mech overheats. If that happens, she cannot use any attacks that would generate heat, and she can also not fly, but only hover a bit. Now for her specials. These are the moves that really define her as the aerial zoner she is. Rocket Fist is her neutral special. This projectile can be aimed in any direction. The fist will either explode if it hits a surface or after it traveled a short distance. Any opponents in its way will get pushed away, only the explosion itself has strong knockback. Rocket Fist will fill up half of your heat bar, so be careful when using it. Forward Special is a guided missile that can be charged up to shoot a big missile. You can control the missile for around 5 seconds, and there can even be several missiles out at the same time. The big missile is much harder to control, but deals 10 times the damage. This sticky bomb is her down special. There can only be one sticky bomb out at a time. If you hit your opponent with it, it will stick onto them until they parry something or lose a stock. You can trigger the sticky bomb by either shooting a guided missile or a rocket fist onto it. If you trigger it with a guided missile, it will detonate 3 times on the spot, allowing you to follow up. And if you trigger it with a rocket fist, the fist explodes immediately with more knockback than a standard rocket fist. Up special, Abandoned Ship, is her main recovery tool once Eliana cannot fly anymore. She jumps out of her mech and lets it explode. Without her mech, Eliana is very vulnerable and can only drift, wall jump, fast fall and air dodge. Once she touches the ground again, she regains her mech and the heat bar resets. Eliana's strong attacks are all pretty similar and make her release a cloud of steam that lingers for a while. You can perform them on the ground or in the air, and the longer you charge, the bigger the steam clouds get. If her opponents get in contact with a cloud, they experience a tiny bit of hit stun. Any attacks, whether from Eliana herself or her opponents, can blow the clouds into any direction. Now, using her strong attacks also gets rid of some heat, so you can use that to control your passive. Also, once the mech overheats, your strong attacks become super hot explosions with a lot of knockback. The down strong can be used to stall in the air, and while you're overheated, it can even spike. Eliana is a pretty complex character with a ton of different options that definitely need some time to master. Eliana as well as Sylvanos are already playable, so go get them and spam your opponent with projectiles. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video. As always, thanks for watching, see you soon and stay beefy.